Alrighty, good morning, folks. Unfortunately, got a little stomach thing going on, so I was like, let's not try and lift heavy weights for multiple sets and reps and whatnot, and exert a lot of like core type stuff. So today I'm just gonna treat it as a recovery day. My remedial day went well enough for bench press, where I think one of the issues that I've had is like I haven't really set my legs when I bench press, so it's not as stable. So what I think it took me, I can't remember if it took me 3 or 4 sets, but I was able to add like a lot more reps to the initial sets because I had a more stable, grounded foot base, right? 5 points of contact rather than just three. So that was cool. Lat pull downs took forever. Um, but here we are, recovery day. So I've been dealing with this like kind of proximal hamstring glute type thing. So we'll do a little soft tissue first. Yep, that'll do it. I am probably not close to the hamstring, but this is where our body sends us signals. Just kind of shifted, and I found a new spot. Our body sends us signals that tell us, hey, you have pain at least close to this area. And if you were to look at, like, there's a little mutant looking creature where if our body was proportional to the amount of neural input we were getting from or the amount of like nerves that we had in certain areas, like our hands and our feet would be huge. I think our tongue and lips would be massive. Our nose would be pretty big. And that's where it's like, we get a paper cut, we can point exactly where it is. If our leg hurts, it's like, well, it's kind of like this like weird diffuse area. As I have been talking, I'm just kind of working my way through some spots there in my hip. Here I'm using a lacrosse ball. Generally, I would probably use a tennis ball, because of the. So this mat has kind of a little bit of absorption, kind of sags. So let's see here. Oh, holy crap! So because the mat's kind of squishy, I can use the lacrosse ball a little more. If I was on like my carpet or a hardwood floor, I'd probably rather use a tennis ball. Oh shit. Oh. So it feels better. I know every now and again I get this like spot in my on the right back, which tends to be like if I get like a muscle pull on my back, that's the one it tends to kind of flare up as. But right now I'm not feeling much. So instead, what we'll do is finish out with a little bit of, just do a little stretching here. Probably gonna alternate between butterfly and that kind of straddle stretch. Recently did some continuing education that kind of made me think. It's like, you know what? In terms of like powerlifting versus bodybuilding, I think I would rather have my clients, patients focus on more of a powerlifting style than like bodybuilding. Because, and sure, like in the initial stages, you can kind of do whatever, and you're just gonna. Oh yeah, about this. In the initial stages, you are gonna get stronger before you get bigger. Um, so bodybuilding isn't necessarily something people want to do, and the amount of work it takes to get to air quote look big may be um, more than people want to invest in. Whereas getting strong, maybe just a generally an easier goal. Sure, we could talk about other health factors, but it's like, okay, let's say pretty basic things of like, let's go with like 1.5 times body weight deadlift, 1 times body weight squat. Let's go with like 3/4 weight bench press, and then like half your body weight as a military press. So if like the average, let's just say 150 is the average, so that's a 225 deadlift. That's not necessarily challenging, and it might not take a lot of time to get to, but I think as a functional marker for health, not too bad. Same thing with like, if you're 150 and you can overhead press 75 pounds, like that's a lot of people wanting to, like if they have kids, being able to pick up, their child a couple times, or helping people with their overhead luggage. So I could definitely see that as like a simple baseline to like reach for. I think today I'm going to be working with a patient who's like 120 pounds. So again, like for her to overhead press 60 pounds, all right, decently heavy. That we don't need to chase. Like I'm looking to have, if I lose, well, because of the stomach bug thing, I've lost 2 pounds since last week. So I'm down to 193. But what else was I gonna say? Oh, that yeah, for myself, like since I have this 315 squat, and I'm looking to drop down to like 160, 165 at some point finally. I'll have like I'll have pretty much a 2 times body weight squat. Most people don't need that. And then it's taking me as long as it has to get to this point, and I like how I feel for it. But right, that may not be everybody's jam. pretty good there. Let's check out. Yeah, we're okay on that. Let's check out pigeon, because that's been a struggle for me recently. Okay. We'll check out this. So tight in a different way, but hey, I didn't jam the lacrosse ball into this hip, so. As usual, like I might do some shin box. Nah, I'm just gonna call it. What was I gonna say though? You know, I'm not feeling 100%, so I'm just doing a little bit of something today to feel like, hey, let's move my body a little bit, let's get it feeling decent. If you want to do more when you're not feeling well, if you want to do less when you're not feeling well, those are all good things to, think about. But I think that this is adequate, right? It's more than nothing. I'm glad I've done something, but I also don't feel like doing much more. Just again, it's this whole time my stomach's just been kind of like, hey, here's an uncomfortable pressure. Feels like someone's just been like squeezing my stomach. So cool. Feeling decent. If you did what I did, great. You did your own thing, great. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you is what we're here to do. Help each other be a little better every day. So good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.